Thanks to all who entered our contest. We'll be giving that away this week. If you missed out, we'll have more contests in the future, but we got a lot to talk about in a few minutes with Formula One and NASCAR. This is iRacing's Garage Talk Weekend Recap. I'm DJ Fluck.
I'm Eric Richardson.
So I didn't wake up in time to watch the Formula One race this morning because I figured Max was going to run away with it.
I didn't watch the first hour.
He almost did. I did go back and I saw everything, and I went back and I kind of skipped through and watched the good parts. And
I think I caught the good part.
I mean, you had the collision at the beginning.
Yeah, I missed
And
that with what Sainz and Piastri.
no, it was Leclerc lost his front
Or
wing.
that's it. Leclerc
Yeah,
and Piastri.
yeah. So the McLaren boys are out, creating havoc this week. Uh, was it Piastri who collided with them? I thought it was
I
Lando.
think so.
All right, whatever. So then Lando and Max,
They had a scuffle.
they had a bit of a scuffle, and Lando ended up getting after he went off track after the collision, got a time penalty just to rub salt in the wounds, and he struggles it back into the pit lane, gets out and says, screw it, call it a day.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what's wild about this is Max goes from leading to having to limp his car around with his tire falling off, gets a new tire, gets a 10-second penalty, and still finishes in fifth.
And came out in fifth and maintained it.
And yeah, and and Checo couldn't get past the Haas machines, which good for them. The
Double
six and
points
eight,
for the
yeah,
Haas.
good for them. That was a good day for them. But yeah, George Russell is the benefactor of that mishap, and
Oh yeah.
Mercedes first win since 2022.
Yeah, we'll have to dive into it deeper and get thoughts. Was it racing incident? Was it on Max? Was it on Lando?
Little
We'll have
both.
to get into that for the weekly show.
Is the Max Lando friendship over?
Listening to comments, it's gonna be on
Matt,
rocky grounds.
yeah, I mean Max kind of softened his stance a little bit. I guess he put out some video later on with the Red Bull social media team that kind of he didn't fully take the blame for it, but he was a little softer than what he was post race after he had a chance to sit down and really look at it.
And that's what he said. He needed to actually sit down, look at it, and evaluate.
So good race today there. Moving on to the
It's good to
NASCAR
see
world.
drama.
Yeah, a lot of drama. And so this Nashville race had a little of everything. We had a nice long green flag run to start the race. You had lightning. You had heavy rain off in the distance. I didn't, I turned it off during the rain delay, so I didn't see how wet the track got, but it couldn't have
It was
been
a
too bad.
2 hour and 15 minute rain delay, hour and 15, something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. I mean, they got the
It was
race
an hour
in, and
15.
so what did they go through? 4 overtimes?
Five.
Five? Yeah, it was the fifth one where they finally got it. Just people running out of fuel, wrecks, people getting spun. It's just
I
Kyle
think
Larson.
NASCAR again kind of said, you know what, we're finishing. Because if you look, as they're coming to take the white flag, there was
Oh
smoke.
yeah, there was smoke, people spinning. Chase Elliott was going across the grass. It just
I said,
that
no, we're finishing this.
that was the race control. Like we're done. We're done with this. Let's see what happens. And Logano said his fuel light came on as he was getting ready to cross the start finish line. So uh he didn't he was on fumes. I don't know how he
Yeah.
made it last, but good for him. He That's his first win since Atlanta last year, I think.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. He was kind of in a rough shape points wise, so that win was huge.
I don't know that I kept we were texting during the overtime period, and I said just like why, like these guys who are just absolutely pushing it are just going to cause a massive pileup when they don't get up to speed or they run out of fuel. And it happened every single time. I mean, even in the last one, I said either Logano or Briscoe are going to run out here. And, it was on the white flag when Briscoe ran out. But It's just you just saw it cycling down through the line, and I'm just like, this Bubba Wallace gonna end up in the front here. But
Yeah, if Logano had run out or pit, we would have had a very interesting winner.
I
Or it would have just ended up being Tyler Reddick, who drove through the
yeah,
field in the last 2 laps.
yeah. So your top five today was Logano, Zane Smith in second, Tyler Reddick in third, Ryan Preece fourth, Chris Buescher in fifth, and then Blaney worked his way back up to sixth. I mean, he was kind of the first guy to pit with like what about 20 to go or so.
Yeah, he was like 14 laps longer than the rest of the guys.
But he had to pit with 20 to go, and he was a lap down. And it's like, you're in that lead pack. You have to pit. You lose your spot. You're a lap down. You think your night's over, and then you end up walking in there finishing sixth. So,
Yeah,
um,
wild.
it's crazy. It's just every time you turn around, it's like, okay, who's gonna stop this time? And a few of them did, and Hamlin stayed out. Kyle Busch stayed out.
He was like
Larson
10
stayed
seconds
out.
from winning, too.
Yeah, a couple times. Let's see. Looking at the rest of this, Bubba Wallace seventh, Kyle Larson somehow managed to finish eighth, Daniel Hemrick ninth, and Noah Gragson rounds out the top 10. So, um, even though it's a holiday week, Wednesday Night Dash is off. We will have a full show this week. We are still going to release one on our normal Friday, and I inadvertently just kind of playing with things. Accidentally released the show on Friday, not accidentally, but I released it on Friday morning to see how that would impact analytics, and it's a bit of an uptick on the video view. So maybe we might shift the release of the video episode moving forward, but we'll still play around with that. Wednesday Night Dash is off this week, but Saturday morning 9 a.m. Eastern, the GT Sprint Series will be running GT3 cars at Spa. So link
Yeah,
to our
about 90
Discord.
minutes.
Yeah, link to our Discord is in there. It's free entry for anyone. It's just it's a training session. There's no points. We broadcast it just to kind of work on the broadcasting aspect of it. And if you want to come in and drive and practice with everybody in a race style setup, come on in. The link to the Discord is in the description. Come on in. Let us know you're here for the GT race, and we'll get you added to those channels.
And if we need a bunch to field up and just put in a random caution, we will.
Yeah,
Some
it's
training work in.
like I said, it's nothing formal. It's
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 fun.
it's training. It's training with a broadcast. So, thanks for tuning in at FR Racing Online on all social media platforms, and we'll see you for the full show on Friday.
Yeah, see you soon. Take care.